Twitch. Let's see. Twitch. Are we online with Twitch yet? We are online with Twitch yet. And come on. Come on, YouTube. YouTube is always slower to wake up, but it seems to be getting faster over the last week or so. And we are live. Or as close as I'm going to get to live. Hi, guys. It's me again. Here we are. I just had a nice upgrade, a very, very tasty upgrade. This here imbued mercantile staff of glory with a whole bunch of tier 5 affixes has improved my damage by about 30% right off the top. Just so it seems pretty okay. Pretty good with it. Yeah. Oh, I may be able to increase that. Those values, the prefix value for spell damage is low in the range. So I believe I can probably try and upgrade that if I can figure out exactly which thing I'm supposed to use. Rerolls the values of all affixes within their tiers. That's the one I want to use. I don't know if I've ever used this. So we're currently at 138%. Let's go ahead and throw a hope so we don't lose all of our forging potential. We lost a little. We went from 138 to 178. Another big damage increase. It's the first time I've ever used that rune. Yeah, and that's in like another 3,000 damage on top. So it went from like 38. So that was about another 5% damage, in addition to the 30% roughly that I'd gotten from swapping this in. That's pretty damned good. And we got a couple extra points on that crit strike multi as well. The other stuff is just sort of ancillary nice to have. All right, let us continue with our monoliths. Good evening. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're welcome to your weekend. Presumably, most people work on Monday through Friday, Friday afternoon, and so it's Friday evening, and so I assume weekend. I don't like to judge because I myself have worked a Sunday through Thursday schedule. So I know that there are other things other than Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I am now auto-casting my awesome abilities. And I think I'm going to start trying the 3 quest maps for this particular monolith. Fight off the Maruna and save Captain Tanavast and the trader and another trader. So we've got to save some people. We'll see how long it is before I have to press any button other than just to move. Right now, the only button I'm pressing is the movement button. Because this build is good. And it's strong. I guess I'll have to talk to him. Oh, no, he's free, so now I talk to him. So, I had to press the same button to talk to him. So I've only pressed my left mouse button so far. Stand down or die. Oh, I had to press my left mouse button again to loot something. Hello. Now I have a movement skill, it would move me faster across the map, but I'm trying to just do this entire map without hitting anything but the left mouse button, because the build is silly, in a good way. It is not my build, by the way. I want to be clear about that. I did not make this build. This is Alley's Void Knight Auto Bomber. So called because it automatically blows shit up. Alright, we have completed that entire map. Granted, that was not a standard map, it's a sort of a story map. And because I know everyone loves to watch the streamers die, the third of these maps will be a boss map. And the bosses hit really hard. And I don't know what the boss will look like, and I don't know his mechanics. I need to gather moon fragments. So this will be people bending over and dropping their pants, presumably. This is a dead end. I've chosen poorly. I'd have killed him faster if I pressed a button, but I've already said we can't have that. I will be pressing buttons when we get to the boss. I feel fairly certain about that.
Stand down or die.
Loot. That requires another click. It's such a trial. It is such a burden upon me. Oh, they auto pick it up. That's nice. I don't even have to click. You just walk over and you vacuum it up. The servers seem to be better, but I cannot swear that that is the case. I am in Monoliths, and Monoliths have been running fine pretty much since the launch. I mean, they did have an outage a little while ago. They did a complete server reboot. And so obviously that, you know, kicked me off out of what I was doing, which was fine. It appears to be better. I don't know if it's all better yet, but it does appear to be significantly better. Hopefully they've got all the problems behind them. I would love to see the weekend just turn into a love fest for this game. Level 72. And again, this map, I've only pressed the left mouse button. Pressed and hold to move, and then press to pick up loot. And that's how this dumb but extremely functional build works. Most of the time, everything just falls over dead. Because the two big abilities are on autocast. So every couple seconds you see my character's movement hitch, and that's with the autocast going off. Oh, I have 3 more fragments to get. Ooh, more loot. A staff. I doubt it's better than the staff I'm using, because that's going to be a big ask. Well, I've almost grabbed another 10th of a level running around here since I leveled up. That is 4 out of 6. It is not the most interactive of builds, but then I chose that for a reason. I wanted to be able to easily buzz through the content, open up the Circle of Fortune, which I have done. I'm going to press another button here to show you. We're about 2/3 of the way to the next tier of the Circle of Fortune. I'll show you that once we finish up this map. If I can remember, before we head off to get our ass handed to us by the boss. And, that's 5 out of 6. Sorry. I got the Circle of Fortune opened up last night. That was kind of my objective for... I was hoping the first day, but... expecting it would probably be the second day, and it was the second day, longer than I expected, but had a lot of server problems. And they have been busting their butts trying to get them fixed. I understand a lot of people are upset, disappointed. I'm disappointed. I wouldn't say I was upset. And now, enemies have... Wait, now what am I doing? Oh, I have to defeat, find the entrance to the Moonlit Shrine. That's over here. But I think it's dumb for anyone who's bought the game and gotten frustrated to leave a bad review. Cool that you met the one guy from Guild Wars 2. And no cocktails this evening, sadly, no. My back was bothering me earlier in the week, and I was considering my options. But it seems to have gotten itself sorted out. Echo conquered. Back to home base. That I met the guy who happened to go to the same high school I did. Have you been watching my old VODs and caught me talking about the odds of that being stupidly low? Yeah, I still have trouble believing. It's like when it first happened, it's like I'm being set up. But nope. We will now have a grand total of 50 points in Void Knight, 20 in Sentinel, and 15 in Paladin. That just added an additional 8% to our Void damage and 1% to our move speed. These are both good things. Oh, you were here the time I was talking about it? Yeah, it's ridiculous. The odds were so long. Just think, for you, like, oh, you've decided you like Last Epoch. I'm going to tune into a random low population Last Epoch streamer. And you realize you knew him from grammar school. You know, it's like, what? Actually, the numbers on this, pretty good. Good enough that I will hold on to it. Health and endurance. The reduced channel cost does nothing for me. The endurance and health. So, what we have here is if I can get... How many tiers do we have? That is tier 5. Tier 4 on the increased void damage and spell damage. I doubt I have enough of those. But I'm going to look. Increased void damage, added spell void damage. I have only 1. Yeah, so for now, I will actually hold on to both of these. Put them in the VK box. Oh. VK standing for Void Knight. That's a tab for this character. As you can tell, we are expanding our tabs. We have 2 tabs of Exalts, 2 tabs of Idols right now. And then the more general stuff. Adding a category at the top doesn't cost anything. You can add as many categories as you want. Each individual tab you open has a price in in-game gold.
Yes.
I currently have 87,000. I bought a couple of tabs. Tabs at this point, as many tabs as I have, are like 40 or 50,000. So, not expensive, but you can't just willy-nilly buy them all. Been waiting to check out Last Epoch. I had, at lunchtime, I had over 400 hours in the game already. So, I'm already a fan. If they had stayed where it was at 0.92 launch, it would have been a game I had more than gotten my money's worth. I spent originally $35 for it. I'm a big fan. They have had server issues. A lot of people are very unhappy about the server issues, and I can't say they're wrong to be upset about it, but it's small team, new game, launch day. I'm not surprised, and it looks like it's all coming together. Also, if you have no particular need to play online, like you're not planning on playing with friends, you don't want to trade, you can always play offline and not have to worry about the servers at all. So, unlike most of the other games that launch and have server problems, this one launched and had server problems but it has a completely offline mode. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Take care.
Thanks, I'll take care. Next up is the boss. I'm about to get my ass handed to me. Let me go ahead and turn on my autocasts. This is sort of the endgame system called Monoliths. I've finished out this group of monoliths, and as you complete each individual map, it gives you stability, and when you reach a certain point, you get access to 1, 2, and 3 sort of storyline quests. And the third one is the boss, and I'm about ready to fight the boss. So, here we go. Lagon. Oh, he's supposed to be really, really unpleasant in Monoliths. So unpleasant, in fact, that a number of the hardcore streamers died on this fight. So I'm expecting I'm going to die. Come on, let's go, Lagon. He's a happy boy, isn't Lagon? Ooh, yeah, that was a big hit. Yeah, it's the best I can do, dude. Shut up. I've got you almost a quarter dead already. Oh, he stunned me. We don't like him when he stuns us. There we go. Ooh, that hurt a little. I'm starting to bore him. That's unfortunate. Stunned. His stun is likely to kill me. Alright, that's the first phase done. Now, that's supposedly the harder phase. We'll see if I can manage to not get my ass murdered here on the supposedly easier part. Then when we finish up, I'm not sure if it's time-based or killing the tentacles based or exactly what it's based. Make sure we've got our health potions all maxed out. My assumption is you've got to kill a certain number of the tentacles, but again, I do not know that for a fact. But regardless of whatever it is, when he's ready, he'll yoink me back up to the platform and we'll dance some more. Okay, we're dancing some more. No. Okay, that wasn't great. Not a fan. Ah, the water things. Those are bad. I'm not liking those. Okay. When he has the water things coming out, that's bad. Eek. Alright. I'm hoping I can avoid the water. Eek! I need to keep up my I need to keep up my leech. If I keep up my leech, the odds are I can make it. Don't you start on me. It might be the best I can do, yeah. Is that the best you can do, punk? Punk! Alright, and 70%, 73% increased health regen and 10 regen, that's good. Increased cold damage, I don't do cold damage. Ward per second, I think probably the regen and health regen is the way to go. And this is a lasting buff. Doesn't look like he dropped anything of any particular note. Yeah, just a bunch of lower tier loot and one key. But that's fine. I defeated him. Yoink is a great word. I'm not that big a fan of yeet, in that it's a made-up word, whereas yoink has been around since Warner Brothers commercial or cartoons. I'm really surprised I managed to survive that. What kind of music do I like listening to? When I'm not playing, mostly I have streams going, but when I'm listening to music, it's usually going to be largely what they used to call college radio or alternative music, particularly from the late 80s and early 90s. There are some additional things that I really like. I love Coheed and Cambria, would be my favorite band from the last like 15 or 20 years. I think I need to head, I finished that one off, I think I need to head over here then. Let's take a walk. Am I headed to the right one? It's taking me up there. Well, we can go ahead and open this one. We can get to that and head down here. And we'll do the lower tier one. Oh, you're not going to open up the way for me? I'm there. I should be able to at least teleport there. There we go. Ha ha! They tried to keep me out. Alluvion. So that's the drop. There are certain bosses have a high percentage to drop certain weapons. Presumably, this is one of the weapons that he drops, and so you can target farm a lot of the items in the game. So let's see. It's a fast attacking weapon. Does melee damage, cold damage, melee lightning, spell damage. That's a weird mix and match. Cold resistance, lightning resistance, and 100% chance to cast Tidal Wave when you use a melee attack on a 2-second cooldown. That's a lot of Tidal Waves. Tidal Wave probably causes both cold and lightning damage. And it may even, and it's probably a spell. So that's why it works the way it does. Is you hit him with melee damage, it does cold and lightning, and then every 2 seconds it casts a Tidal Wave, which does cold and lightning, but is a spell. So you also get, yeah, so I mean, I think that all sounds about right to make a really useful weapon. We finished this one off earlier, so this is the next one we'll be doing. We should be able to move through it pretty quickly as we are already over-leveled for it. Earlier I did this one I was over-leveled for, and it took me a total of 10 maps, I think, to get to the boss. I'm really pleased and surprised that I managed to beat Lagon. And now I'm sounding cocky, so I feel safe in saying that the boss in this series of maps will kill me. Alright, nothing obviously good that I want here. Those are, what, staves? I've got a really good staff. I don't think I need to worry about staves right about now. But more glyphs would be good. Let's get some glyphs. There we are. And we are auto-casting, and we got put down right next to a rune prison where an exiled mage is biding his time. Let's let him out. Maybe we'll be friends. Nope, we're not friends. He did want to be a friend. I'm kind of disappointed. We could have been best friends. We would have been buddies forever and ever. But no, he had to attack me and die. Didn't want to do it. He quite literally made me do it. I need to slay enemies to locate the Skittering Gate, and once we locate the Skittering Gate, I need to then seal the Skittering Gate. So one of the things I'm doing right now in the game is I'm keeping my eye open to figure out what I'm going to play next. Well, we have sealed the gate. Let's see, we'll see what this No, it's not. Some of the shrines drop gold or objects, and so if there's one close by, you want to check and see. But we will take glyphs. Glyphs of hope are particularly needed. They're always useful. Let me really quickly drop off this in the uniques. We're running out of space, seems like to me. We got another lightless arbor key. I'll go there. This is an experimental. Might be good enough to use on a character. That is... I need to break that one up because that has tier 5 manifest armor. And so we only got one tier of it. Bwah, bwah. Alright, next up. And just like that, we've got this much progress made. We need to get here to open up the boss fight at 300 stability. We went here. Next up, we'll go here. And we have a chest. These chests can drop anything from just some gear, some random gear, to really good stuff. The item I am currently wielding, it's a merchant cache. This all belongs, all of this stuff would be purchasable randomly from the Merchants Guild. I'm in the other guild, but this stuff can all be really good, so I'm picking it all up. I believe most of it comes with a tier 5 affix already in place, and a lot of times multiple high tier affixes in place. I am a member of the Circle of Fortune. When you get to the last map in the story, you have the opportunity to choose either the Circle of Fortune, which gives you all kinds of advantages for your drops and everything, or the Merchants Guild, which allows you to trade with other players. Basically, auction house or no auction house, more or less. And I'm using the auction or the non-auction house option because the fat loot. I'll show you that. If I remember again, I will show you what that looks like. The Circle of Fortune looks like when I finish up this map. I'll probably forget, and then someone will remind me, and I'll say, what? I need to seal the ice gate. Ice gate, baby. That's a dead end. I won't go that way. Gotta say, the sound design improvement they have made since 0.92 release is extensive.
Stand down or die.
But it makes sense that, you know, sounds and the like would be one of the last things you would worry about for your game. You know, you'd have someone working on it, but getting it into the game wouldn't be a priority. Alright, we're approaching the gate. Seal the gate! More affix shards, and now we will close the gate. Kill the mobs, close the gate. Generally speaking, most of the monoliths, the echoes, like this one, are not especially complicated. One of the ones that really add any sort of interesting play are the story echoes. But that's fine. Let's face it, all of the maps in Path of Exile, you know, you can jack them up in various ways, but if you're going to Jungle Valley. It's always Jungle Valley. I'm going to turn off my auto casting for a minute because I need to go through these somewhat exhaustively. So bear with me. Circle of Fortune. So, I'm up to 4,686 favor. When you kill things and finish quests and stuff, you get a little bit of favor. Most of the favor you get from spending, most of the progress in the circle you get from spending favor. At Tier 1, you have a 35% chance that any enemy is going to drop twice as many items. At Tier 2, 45% chance for a particular rune that turns a regular item into a unique to not be consumed. Increased idle drop chances. When an idle drops, there's a 25% chance for 2 or more to drop at the same time. I'm about to get this one. 50% more likely to be exalted is a big deal. I needed how much more? It's like 6,000 more rep. I will go through these items and then I will head to the faction location, which is the... well, they got a whole bunch of telescopes and stuff. I don't completely understand the mechanics yet for prophecies, but all good things to those who wait. That is not awesome. Parry, chance to poison, no. Increased poison, critical hit chance, bleed on hit, chill on hit. That has an awful lot of affixes. 5. That's 19 out of 20 possible affixes a base weapon can have. I've never seen one with so many affixes. In this particular case, I will break it up to get access to as many of those as possible. We got 5 out of the 19.
Yes.
Parry, melee, void. Channel. I dropped an item. I'm not sure how it does that. Mana regen, increased necrotic damage, ignite, stun on champs. Those don't really go in, but it has a hybrid, and generally speaking, hybrid affixes are something you want to get. Ooh, I don't even have much in the way of necrotic. That's a little surprising, but okay. We're going to shatter this one too. We got 5 affixes out. Back to her.
Yes.
Shop, please. No. Oh. Nope. Oh. That one could be good. We're going to save that one and put it in the appropriate box. Melee void, melee cold. The void pen could be useful for me. We only got 2 tiers of that, but we only have 1 of those available, so we got the 2 melee, 2 melee void damage shots. Oh, they're melee. Not useful for this build.
Yes.
Lightning damage, stun chance, and chill. The lightning is tier 5 and does have an open affix. Prefix, we'll keep that. Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll keep that. Let's see. Spell damage, melee attack speed. Those 2 things do not go together. Poison damage, melee damage, stun chance with melee attacks. Yeah, I don't think that's particularly useful. Increased poison, freezing rate. Nope. 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 All right, back over here. I think we're running out of space in our faction tab, aren't we? Mm-hmm. We are indeed. Melee attack. This is like from the very first batch I got, so I kept all of them because I was just enthralled. Because generally speaking, their base affixes are really good, and they tend to have really high affixes as well. Yeah, that's pretty good. Melee void. Conceivably good. Parry, increased physical area. I don't think the parry is a particularly good match. What's the... Good tiers. we'll deconstruct that one. 5, 9, 13, 15, and we got 6 out. That's probably a pretty average result.
Yes.
How are we doing on money? Well, we're not back over 100,000 yet, so we will now, once again, recast our autocasts. We're here. Let's head here, shall we? We've already opened up the first of the quest echoes for this timeline. Wow. For a second there, I thought I was tripping balls. So the two skills I have autocasting, one is the Devouring Orb, which are the... I know they're purple, but I like calling them my blue balls that are circling around me. And the other is the sort of circle ring you can see around me. This sort of pinkish, purplish. And that is Anomaly, and that throws a whole bunch of buffs over everyone inside of it, which in this case is, it's pretty much just me. And they are auto-casting because I have enough cooldown that their duration makes them last until it's recast. Alright, we'll slay the primeval dragon. Pretty quickly, I would say. It seemed relatively quick to me. Open portal. Back to home base. More shards, including a rarer one, the Cold Penetration and Minion Cold Pin. Put them all away. Take a quick look at that. 160 reflected damage. Yeah, it's not a great one. Open this. A little gold. A whole bunch of things I'm not interested in. I have a filter, so a lot of the items are dropping don't even show up as anything other than a little beam of light on the screen. That's relics. We'll go here. It's a pretty strict filter. This is an arena, isn't it? Yep, so 13 waves of mobs. 300% damage reflection. Damage reflection isn't really reflection. Because a reflection implies that you don't take it. And you take the damage. If they hit you with 100 damage, you take it. But this has 300% reflection, so they would take 300 damage. Which means anything that kills me is probably instantly going to die. Which is what it deserves for having the audacity to attack me. Don't they know who I am? I mean, I'm kind of a big deal. In my own head. Oh, I now have an allied ice beetle. It's nice to have friends, don't you think? Basically here, I'm heading to the corners to get to the shrines. They can provide a buff or drop some items. Another ice beetle. I now have 2. You can see them in the upper left corner. We're almost done here, about 80% done. So if it's going to give you a buff or it's going to give me some goodies, might as well grab them. Echo conquered. Just that easy. More runes. Some more shards. Put that stuff away. We'll drop the Exalted item into the Exalted tabs. That is just a cell.
Yes. Take care.
Let's go in and take care of the Wingari Battleground. What's happening here? Blah, 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 blah. I gotta say, especially satisfying the bone-crunching noises. Those are really nicely done. Oh, we've got something back here. Boots that might be good. I didn't put the filter together either, so I'm not sure. I haven't gone into the depths to see what the actual function of the various colors is. Probably marking something specific, like this has some affixes that this build might want to shatter. Or it might be this has some affixes that you might want to build off of. I need to find the Blood-Packed Wingari War Camp. Oh, those guys were a little tough to kill. I actually had to right-click. This build is dumb. In a good way. I forgot. We'll see if I can remember this time to actually go to the observatory. The Circle of Fortune. Old guy music reference coming up. I guess the people who work there would be Agents of Fortune. Name that album. Okay, well, you could probably name the album because I just did. Name that artist. I will tell you, there is a song from that album that I expect every one of you has heard. Okay, time's up. Pencils down. The artist is Blue Oyster Cult. And the song is Don't Fear the Reaper. Alright, there's one. I accept the Frostband. Oh, I'd accept one of them, I guess. I don't know what the difference is, but couldn't be that important if I wasn't paying any attention, could it? I think that's called famous last words. Let me turn off my autocasts because they're driving me crazy. One of the few issues with the build, the autocast does get, the noise gets, yeah. Nope, and nope, and nope. And the others go into Exalts. Oh, take a quick look at those. Let's see. Assassin's Coiled Bident of Stillness. That's Bident, not Biden. And that one, 235% increased critical strike chance. That seems like that might be good. 228% critical strike chance. Too bad you can't dual wield them. Got to admit, that would be impressive, wouldn't it? Let's tidy up our layout of stuff. There we go. All tidied up. So, we are going to go to the Circle of Fortune. We now have 5,418. And we need 4,564 to reach the next tier. I would like to reach the next tier because affixes are 50% more likely to be exalted. Exalted means they come in starting at tier 6 or higher. That's really good. So, let's visit the observatory. Let's observe the observatory. Now, let's faction. Here's the prophecies. So, the prophecy I had must have been fulfilled and I didn't notice. How much do I need? I need 4564.
Welcome. anything you'd like to ask me?
So you can buy items. These are the ones that I had a whole bunch of drop from the chests. So these cost 4,200 each. Or I can wait until I get one of those chests and open it and have a whole bunch just fall from the sky. Lenses are used. There's greater lenses that kind of help determine prophecies. And here is rewards of prophecies. Let's see, what would I like to get? These cost 350 each. I can buy a couple. No, I can only fit, I think, one per. Let me check. So I had put one on the weapons observatory, or weapons prophecies. And this means that the prophecies won't have arena events. So I'm not sure what spending the 2,500 does for me. That one's 1,500. That's to get a unique caster weapon. I think the lens, I used the lens to get a unique caster weapon, and it guaranteed that this one would have a unique caster weapon in it. Okay. Exalted melee weapons, exalted weapons. This one will cost 1,400. Do I want to claim authority for 1,400 favor prophecies in this constellation will be re-rolled? Okay, I guess. New prophecy acquired. So then that should show up here. Yeah, okay, there it is. I have to kill 600 void horrors in a monolith, and I'll get 4 exalted weapons. Void horrors, I think, show up on specifically the vision monoliths. Vision monoliths, let's see.
Welcome. Is there anything you'd like to ask me?
I'm going to buy some of these, enough to hopefully get me over into the next tier of faction rep. So, increased idols, items, lenses. These are all the different things you can use to sort of focus on. More shards is good. More runes is good. More glyphs is good. Where are we now? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? We're there yet. Okay. We now have affixes are 50% more likely to be exalted. That's a big deal. Regular affixes can only drop as high as tier 5 or be crafted up to tier 5. Exalted affixes can drop at tier 6 and tier 7, and those tend to be really big jumps. Lenses. These are called lenses, by the way. Hi there, I'm Lens. And our prophecies are, that's the one we've got. Void horrors. I think void horrors show up in a specific location then, or a specific type of monolith, and if I go out of my way to track those down, I don't know if that took or not. It did. The transitions between maps is where the servers have been having problems. So what we want to do is we want to light up an area. And the way you do that is there are certain monoliths that will have a specific icon that basically clear out parts of the map. Now that right there is a set item. I would like to get that set item. So I'm going to go here and then here. And I'm hoping to find somewhere in this area a monolith that will give me access to those abyssal horrors, those void horrors. Alright, we are auto-casting now. Destroy the Bone Spire. Nope, that's the wrong way. I can tell that a dead end is the wrong way when I reach a dead end because I'm clever. Hi guys, how you doing? Ooh, nice. A whole bunch of stuff and an exalted item. Now the question, of course, is, would that have rolled exalted if I didn't just get to tier 4? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Who's to say? Me, I'm going to say. Yeah, I definitely fell because I just hit tier 4. I have absolutely no faith that that's actually the case, but I can say it. Let's just kill all these. And we'll nuke this into... And, right. Don't push a button, press that, and we're back. It dropped no interesting shields at all. Chance to gain inspiration on kills with void damage over time. I do a lot of void damage, but it's not damage over time.
Yes.
Every damage I do, all of those damages are void damages.
Take care.
But none of its damages over time. No dots. Speaking of damage over time, this quiver would give a user 84% increased damage over time. Alright, we're going to grab ourselves a set item here. What's that item? Don't know. At a certain point... is this an arena? Yeah, it's an arena. At a certain point, the Circle of Fortune, one of the higher tiers, is when you get a set item, the whole set drops. That's like tier 8 or tier 9 or something like that. It's tier big. Experience Shrine. Oh, that's always nice. I might just hit my next level here. Especially with the Experience Shrine. Come on, guys. Come faster. Die faster. Everybody just needs to die a little bit faster. Maybe. Maybe not. We're about a little over halfway done with the this echo. This monolith echo. Level 73! We hit it. Yay. The cap is level 100. More experience. There's going to be a whole lot more mobs coming. Like I said, not a whole bunch more. Oop! An offhand catalyst. Ignivar's head? Poor Ignivar. Well, he wasn't using it, I'm sure. And it is... I have very few green items so far. That's one that I already had. I did not, however, have an Ignivar's head. Catalyst, int, and spell crit. Fire damage, fire aura area. Cast fire aura every 2 seconds while channeling. 95% chance to ignite on hit while channeling. Disintegrate spells. More damage equal to your spell crit chance. A disintegrate item. I have never played disintegrate in this game. I've played a lot of disintegrate in D3. We have another point. This will get us another point in Dread, another 8% void damage, and another % move speed. So we're up to... We've got 5 more points we can drop in here. That's another 40% void damage and another 5 move speed. We will now, once again, kick off our autocasters. The Rotting Fortress. Sounds lovely. So many mobs to just see them blow up. It's just delicious. It never gets old. I have to slay enemies to lure out the ambush. But first, an exiled mage who has decided that exile wasn't bad enough. He wants to be dead. That's taken care of. Not a huge amount of mob density in this map so far. Very low mob density in point of fact. But we'll kill a certain percentage and the ambush will show up, which will be an unpleasant mob. He's shown up. He's dead. It's possible he chose poorly. More runes. But now by now, if you weren't aware of it, you probably have a pretty good idea what the end game looks like. At least the first tier of the end game. Once you get all the way through and fight the last big boss, you begin getting empowered monoliths. And those are significantly tougher. Experimental. Not to confuse with mental. Let's see, damage reflected, +2 to lunge. That's a high tier. That's got to be, what, tier 4 or 5? Tier 5, I think. Tier 5 indeed? No, tier 4. No, that's the void. I'm looking at my wrong one. There we go. Yeah, tier 5 for the lunge. So we're going to want to peel off as much of the lunge as we can. We got one. Let us go with the next one. Again, I'm looking to try and find one of the vision monoliths that will expose more of the map. I think we have... Oop, now this is another... Is this just going to give me... It's a merchant's cache again. This is more of those items, the specific to the Merchant Guild items. So, well, we won't be picking up a whole lot more stuff on this map. Slay enemies to locate the Skittering Gate. Is there anything nice that skitters? I'm thinking anything that skitters is probably... It's not good news. We have a Conduit's Flamberge of Hunger. And an Assassin's Dread Banner of Embers. Embers, so it's fire related. Not using the fire, I'm using the void. Yeah. Why is it all of a sudden I'm getting all kinds of purple drops? Die, would you please? Thank you. Die, would you please? Give me a sec to throw something away? God, they just won't give me a break. That'll do. Grab the scythe. Because my next build is probably probably really likely to be a Warlock. Because I haven't played Warlock. Whoop! Ah, Singularity. I'll actually probably be selling that. Well, it's my first Singularity, so I won't be selling it. It's just not a very good one. And it has a limited use case. It's only good if it prevents you from doing crits. So it's only good if you're building a build completely non-crit. Oh my god, another one. Let's see. Melee damage, heat, leech to health, cold damage, yeah. Do you mind? Okay, it's a small one. I can pick that up. Let's kill the mage. Because these mages also can drop things other than... They always drop an experimental item. But they can also drop other stuff. That can be quite good.
Too heavy.
Yeah, too heavy. I knew that was coming. I really honestly did. For realsies. No, I'm going to keep that. How about the enormous war anchor? Parry, chance, critical strike, multi... Yeah, I can't do myself. Using that. Alright, well now, pick up the boots. We'll pick up the booty! Alright, let's open this up. Start this waves of mobs coming in. So we can bust them up. Got another purple item. Definitely seeing the effect of the 50% increase to get exalted items. Or 25%, whatever it was. For items to drop with an exalted affix. Oh wow, there's like 3 more? Okay, 2 more. These things keep coming towards me and dying while I'm trying to drop stuff. Let's see. 130% chance to shock attackers. I don't think I've ever seen that affix before. The fact that I've never seen it makes it potentially valuable. Let's see. Attack speed, melee, lightning, now. Grab that one. We have mace and plate. Let's see. Melee cold and melee void. Those two things do not really go together. But that's a big implicit on that. %46% of damage reflected. That might... I don't think I've ever seen a percentage available like that. We want to throw something good away here, don't we? We've got to throw away some stuff here. That one can be thrown away. Move that here and here. And I'm still not winning the Tetris yet. I'm still not winning the Tetris yet. I'm winning the Tetris. Good evening, Nod Knocks, and welcome. More runes. More shards. Let's turn off the incessant autocasting. Let's see. Cast speed, melee cold. That's a non-starter, I think. But it does have some interesting affixes, so we'll sacrifice it to the affix gods. Decent return. We got a lot of purples out of that. That one is just a cell.
Yes.
Lightning damage, bow damage, slow on hit, health on kill. Not particularly interesting. We'll sell. Increased fizz, chance to find potions. No. It's another purple. We've got, yeah, I tell you, the +% to drop exotics means, or exalts, means I'm getting a lot more exalted items. That's, I mean, 6? Yeah, that's a lot. Sell. Fire damage, mana and mana regen. I'm going to bust that one up. The mana and mana regen's pretty good. Let's see. Crit strike multi and melee void. No. Freeze rate multiplier. That much freeze rate multiplier might be worth it as well. Let's see. I tell you, these faction items, they're really good. High tiers of difficult to get stuff. That one we're just going to sell. Sell. That needs to be filed away. Sell. File. Oh, we got 7, not 6. That's another sell. Critical strike and cast speed. That goes the banner. It's the relic. Is that one good enough? Maybe. That one's going to get filed away as well. Cooldown minion. That gets filed away. No. Filed away. God, I file everything away. I am such a pack rat in every game all the time.
Take care.
I will take care. Thank you for caring enough to tell me to take care. Poison damage on that ring. Quite nice. I didn't even notice. Damage reflected, right. That could get ridiculous. It doesn't protect you, but all of the damage you take gets reflected. Half of all the damage you take gets reflected. I think that's a big number, potentially. Area for melee, health on hit. What do we get out of this? Stun chance. That's not great for the bone side, I don't think. Back to general and VK. So that's stuff that I might want to use. Experimental stuff. Uniques. The singularity here is 9% more damage if you have only one singularity equipped, but you can't deal criticals. More damage is really good as opposed to increased damage. It's a PoE piece of terminology that they've adapted here for good reason. But these goes much higher than 9%. Between 8 and 20%, so this is a bad one, and I will probably end up just vendoring it at some point in the future. Faction. Drop this in the faction pile. Drop this in the small idols pile. My organization will never last. Just putting that out there. It won't last. Alright. We've got a unique item will drop there, and a bunch of purple bows will drop there. So we're headed in that direction. A Titan Leech. Ooh. Okay? Generally, leeches. Ooh. Enormous minivan-sized leeches. Double ooh. Increased XP. Good. Give me more mobs. More mobs. Lots of mobs. Give me mobs. Lots of mobs. Stand down or die. I gave them warning. I gave them fair warning. A lot of those giant leeches around. Not sure where this is, but I'm not building my summer cabin here. Ah, Spymaster Zarek. That explains it. He's a big freaking leech himself. But when we find him, he's the guy we need to kill to close out this echo. %300 damage reflection. Things die really fast with 300%. I don't know how much I'd have to get to make it I don't know if it's usable as for making a build or not. If you could make a complete reflection build, it would be interesting. I would agree with you, Nod Knox. More is better. For a lot of things, not necessarily everything. More leprosy. That's probably not great. Alright, here's the bossy dude. And we get a 100% critical strike chance. This is going to be fast. He's not going to last long. Mind you, he's spitting out an enormous amount of poison, but my leech is keeping me healthy through the whole thing. Sorry, dude. Did that hurt? I hope that didn't hurt too much. That is an arena key. Arena is one of the endgame things. I haven't done an arena yet. I haven't done an arena for years. Alright, transfer. Slop those over. Really? That's worth busting up. We got 4 armor shreds out of that. That's pretty good. These other two, not that good. We'll just sell those, get those out of our inventory. That, damage over time, necrotic. The damage over time might be worth it. Yeah, 4 of them, sure. Why not? What are we doing on money? We'll buy a couple more. Shatter runes. Over to exalts. Drop off the ring. Increased critical strike chance. That's a good one. Go back to general, uniques, and there. Alright, and we're off for our next. We've got choices here. Let's go for the unique first. We could get something incredibly awesome at the unique box. The Haunted Reef. Slay both patrolling ice Goliaths. Well, one of them's pretty close. Don't you walk away from me, young man. Lightless Arbor Key. I swear, picking things up in this game can be really difficult, and I don't know why. I mean, sure, I could say I'm an old guy and I'm not clicking in exactly the right place, but it doesn't feel like it's that all the time. I'm certain it's that part of the time. And he ran away from me. Oh, he's coming back. It looks like they're both coming back. There's one of them. He's dead. Gee, I hope that was fast enough for you guys. I would hate for you to get bored watching me spend forever pounding on that guy. There's the other one on the mini-map you can see. He's running away. Oh, run away! He's not running away anymore. He should have kept running away. Aha! He thought rising from the dead would confound me. He was wrong. Open. Back. And now we get a unique. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't be those damn boots I have 4 pairs of. It's a ring. Sunwreath. Fire resistance, fire damage, chance to ignite on melee hit, increase fire damage over time, melee fire damage, flame reave hits enemies in an expanding circle around you. I did a build that had this. It was fun. Flame reave is a good skill, and this increases the flame reave mana cost. That will go into the unique tab, which pretty soon is about to become a second tab. As we're running out of space. You may have noticed that lack of space, hence we're running out of. Exalts. We got an Abyssal Chitin Claw Brutality that does 134% increased void damage. That's a freaking shit ton. But no other exalts in here. I did get another Lightless Arbor key. Put that one there. That's not good enough. It's not. It's simply not good enough. It's not bad. It's just not good enough. Nope. Spell damage, crit, dodge, void. Nope. We definitely want to break that one up, down, or possibly use. Ooh. Yeah, I think actually I'm going to craft on this one. So void damage. I'm going to craft.
Take care.
So, 3 of the 4 affixes are really good here. The health is a tier 3. The vit, most of our damage scales off vitality, so we're going to want that at max. Health regen is fine. It's not great. The question is, do we want to try and roll it off and get something else? Maybe later. Ooh, or seal it. Can I seal anything? I don't think I have. I don't have the means of sealing anything yet. Sealing basically takes an affix and sets it to the side as just an extra bonus, basically allowing you to have 5 affixes. But it requires a rune, and the higher the tier, the less likely it is to succeed, and tier 3 seems to be a good rune. So this isn't bad. If I had a rune, I would probably seal it. It would sort of go to the side. I could put something else in there, like currently has, which it has percent health. So flat health would be what I would put in its place. The void damage, we have 1 tier of that we can add. Let's see if it's worth it. We go over here, turn that up. We've got plenty of vitality. We have 29 potential. Let's see how much of it vanishes. 5, 0, 5, 3. We're at the cap. We come over here. Didn't lose any. Lost 12. Ouch. So, right now, it's good. I think it's slightly better than what I'm using. Yeah, I think so. It has a little bit of forging potential left, so I may be able to fiddle with it a bit more. Right now, let's see. My damage numbers, 50, call that 53, and we're at 1311. That's an extra 120 health, and I think it was, what, 53? 53, and it's now 54. Almost 55, so we've got a little chunk of increased damage and also of health. So that was a gain. That's crafting in a nutshell. VK. Keep that around for later. Did I not finish the Wengari Battleground? I thought I did. I was sure I did. I'll have to try it again in a sec, but first, let's go over here and get some exalted bows. In case, for when I want to play a falconer. Which is the other new mastery along with the warlock. We need to slay enemies to locate the wild gate and then seal the wild gate. It's a real wild gate. Wild gate. Oh, more. Shards. Drops affix shards. Sure, why not? Why would I say no to affix shards? I wouldn't. It's hard for me to know Nod Nox because I am out in doing monoliths, and this part hasn't been a problem basically at all. If you're in monoliths, you can stay in monoliths basically forever because it's the transition between maps. I've transitioned between maps a couple of times without a problem. And I think they're behaving better, but I don't know. I haven't been doing enough map swapping to say yes or no for sure. Let me free this poor mage. Oh, he attacked me. Why did you do this? Just to give me all these good things. That one's not good. I'm just not convinced that's good at all. That experimental affix I am not impressed by. I'm with Nod Knox on that one. That one seems to be a not particularly good affix. Certainly not a general use affix. You have to be running a really specific potion-heavy build, I think, to get anything out of that. Alright, the Wild Gate awaits. It's a real wild gate. Oop, more shards. And a Rune of Removal. Runes of Removal are nice, too. Definitely want to grab those if you can. Gold! I like gold! Something hit really hard there, as it peeled off a big chunk of my health. I was not amused. I just told a pile of skulls to stand down or die. I'm not sure which it shows. Whoop. It's the explosions that hit so hard. Okay, those are what a PoE player would know as bearers, because they'd be like bearer of flame. So they would, a couple seconds after they die, they would burst into flame. And they're bearers of various different types. And when you played multiplayer, players would go, bears, bears, bears! So they would know that you did want to run forward and maybe step into where all the bearers were about to explode and die. Another weird bug yesterday, played an Acolyte, tried to put the first point into Blood Leech ability, and on hit, and it should give me a spell damage buff, but it never activated. Yeah, I'd have to see to even have any opinion on it. I don't know as to what the standing is on bugs. I know that they are doing some skill bugs and stuff, fixing some of those, because, I mean, some of the coders worked on that, so that's what they're going to work on. Generally, they're working on larger issues they're seeing. Obviously, the server issues would be first and foremost. But certainly if you see it again, or it recurs, filing a bug would probably be the way to go. Let's see. No, ooh, that's a lot of health, though. Well, we've got a lot of health right now. More Vit wouldn't hurt. Oh, and CDR. A little CDR and some Vit, sure. We got almost all the shards out of that. We'll sell the other two thingies. First Acolyte skill, first node in the skill tree for the skill. On hit, gain a buff for 8% spell damage, but I checked in your care sheet and it never triggers. Huh. I am not certain if those kinds of things all can occur in the background or not. I would expect it to show up on the character sheet, though. Sell and sell, and these all go into exalts. I'm going to run out of exalt space. I'm going to have to start deconstructing. Health on kill, that's not that good. Stun chance for bows. Come on, guys. Chance to chill on hit, that could be big. Chance to poison on hit, now we're talking. Lightning resistance, that's kind of meh. Alright, let's try the Wingari Battleground again. Don't know why that didn't work the first time. I thought I had finished it. Find a blood-packed Wingari and join the battle against the Empire. Unlocks battle. Unlock 75 timeline. I think I already finished the 75 timeline, but regardless. Alright, there were two guys. I talked to the guy on the right previously. I'll talk to the guy on the left this time. He just vanished. Nope, he's back now. Okay, he's there. I managed to walk past him. Oh, I'm going to have to head back. I screwed that up. That's on me, guys. Don't blame yourselves. It's not your fault, okay? I didn't notice.
Stand down with the
He's vanished again. And it wasn't an NPC, unless he, like, just joined me or something, which is possible. Because there are a bunch of NPCs following around with me. You can tell they're beating the crap out of stuff, too. Where? Now he's back to the left. Okay, well, it could be that way. Let's continue this way. We'll clear this out. Me and my new friends and their pets. And I tell you, the bone-breaking noise is really quite satisfying. Something shooting at me? Something having the poor judgment to shoot at me? Fools! Fools! That's what the mage says. Pretty regularly. A two-handed axe. My, that's a big one. Alright, now I talked to this guy previously and I didn't get the completion. Let's see. Find the Blood Pack Wingari War Camp. See, but I've got another... Alright, that guy. I've talked to this guy, so I need to talk to the other guy. He keeps vanishing from the map or moving. The indicators are not especially clear to me. I've already talked to the other guy. And for whatever reason, that didn't give me completion of this echo. So I don't know exactly what the deal is. I bet I know. Okay, I came in from above to get to this echo. On the map. So I bet he opens a different timeline. It was the one I came from. So I need this one to open a second timeline. That's my guess. Basically, you have to talk to one to open one timeline and the other to open a different timeline. But I already came from the timeline the first one opened, so it didn't really affect anything. There he is. It's the second one. Talk to him. He is... Join the Blood Pact. Yep, speak with the Blood Pact Wingari. Echo conquered. So that should... increased area of void cleave. Chance to shred armor. That's a good one. 90 armor. Chance to shred armor. I don't think that's as good a one.
Yes.
Sell that. Mana, echo damage when a skill echoes. I have not seen that one before. That one's definitely getting broken up for bits. Actually, not even for bits. I want that one for sure. So we're going to use the Rune of Removal. What that does is one at a time it removes the affixes and brings all the shards. We want the 5 shards here. 3 shards there is nice too, but that's what we want. We didn't get it. We didn't get it. And we ran out of forging potential. Fortunately, we can still shatter it. We'll get at least 1. It would be nice if we could get 5. 1. That was about the worst result we could have hoped for from that. Truth be told.
Yes.
Clearly, that was you guys' doing. Let me buy some more.
Take care.
I'll take care. Thanks, Toots. She hates it when I call her Toots. Understandable. All right, that's another Lightless Arbor key. At some point, I'm going to have to do a Lightless Arbor dungeon. It's got mechanics I looked up on that seem a little convoluted. 15% plus 15% base critical strike chance. It already has a plus 4 melee, which means the base crit is 5%. It has 4% additional and 15% additional. That means it starts off at 24% base crit, which means for every 50% crit, it's actually adding another 12% onto the base from 24 to 36. Getting 100% crit on this weapon would be really easy. And it also has increased melee attack speed and area for melee skills. That is a remarkable something to build a build off of. Over here we have Bone Harvester. Melee necrotic, plus 10 int, 20% chance to summon a skeleton harvester for 15 seconds on kill. I'm not sure if there's a build that uses it or not. Oh, and we have, sadly, crap. Let's see. We need to find everything in here with LP and move it. LP is legendary potential. Just made a new character. Still nothing after the patch. All right, that one's got legendary potential. 2 legendary potential. Legendary potential. Legendary potential. This one can go here now. LP. If you don't know what legendary potential is, that means basically you can take an exalted item, a purple quality item, and smash it on, and it will add, depending on the number of potential, it'll add affixes from that item to the legendary item, which means a legendary item that's good is good, but a legendary item that has legendary potential can become busted good. And the higher tier the item, that didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to, the less likely it is to get legendary potential. Just want to convert Rip Blood into necrotic damage, and for that I need 2 points into that node, but alas, it seems just to be choosing the builds that are not working. Well, it may not be working. Yeah, I can't actually cogently comment on what might be going on, because I'm not there. I'd like to cogently comment. I'm not sure I can, so I won't. I'm not sure I can be cogent. Alright, that's all my LP uniques. And, yay, we can now go to Occupied Heoboria. Heyo! Did I bore ya? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? check the damage on the spell. It does not rise. The buff, I'm supposed to get stacks infinitely, so I should at least see the max damage increase. I don't know enough about how things like that display to be able to say what it might be or might not be. I need to, what, save villagers and defeat patrols. I am sorry that you're having the issues, though, regardless. Alright, we're gonna mess up another exiled mage. Didn't like him. Those guys are really annoying. Those big rock tossers. He's keeping me from killing this guy in a quick fashion, making it last longer. Oh, I leveled up somewhere in there. A rune of research. Rune of research is good. That allows you to seal the experimental affix. Alright. This is... I destroyed something that needed destroying. Going for a necrotic dot build. You need to check, folks. Now you know the spell, otherwise you'll go minions. Minions pretty straightforward. That's certainly the case. We got something else down here. The Soul Cage of Tenacity wasn't very tenacious. Hi guys, how you doing? Just having a little neighborhood meeting. Yeah, neighborhood watch. I have done this before. So I'm guessing that means I have done the boss here before. Affix shards. I remember having to double back for this guy. It's a phylactery. It was a phylactery. No, it's not. I need to save trapped villagers and interrupt one more ritual. There's the ritual. Taken care of. That drops idols. I'll pick those up after I murder everything. Well, not everything. Just the things that deserve it. Did you murder everything? Yeah, but they were all bad. Dude, I'm just trying to... I'm just here trying to pick up my loot, and those guys keep interrupting me. You know? It's rude. Villagers to free. Or save. Potato. Oh. The Echo has been conquered. Because I'm badass. And back to the home base. A one-handed unit. Ah, it's the bee sword. There is seriously somebody at 11th hour who's got a boner for bees. Pardon my French. That's two of the bee swords. So, I don't have a whole lot of repeats. I have two of the bee swords, two of the Invoker's Static Touch rings, green items, and 4 of the Lessons of the Metropolis. Oh yeah, and 2 of the Scavengers. Let's see. We go back to Exalt. We turn off the autocasting before it drives your humble streamer stark raving mad. Melee physical on a two-handed sword. Pretty good. Base Fizz. We have Stabby McStabbykin's Dagger. Stun chance. An Abyssal Soul Harvester of Suppression. Chance to apply Frailty on melee hit. That's useful. Frailty reduces the damage mobs do to you. And 3.4 seconds of haste after you use a traversal. It's not bad. It's not one that'll make this build because of the other things on it. But especially using the rune that can seal the special affix there, the experimental affix. Basically turn it into an extra affix and means you've still got the other affixes to fill out. A little low on the forging potential, it looks like, though.
Yes.
Poison on hit. Increased damage while wielding a dagger. That might be useful for a rogue build. Gain inspiration on kills with void. Chance to shred on melee hit. Why you hate me like this? Give me like anything else under that. We'll set her aside, though. Apply frostbite on hit with cold. Increase cold and lightning. That's a combo. 11 vit. That's got to be 5. Yeah, it is. Vit, movement speed. Nope. Health and chance to shock. Fire resist. Health and chance to shock. Nowhere near as much health. Sorry, the other one wins. You lose. You lose, sir. Good day. Yep. All right, these will go into the appropriate idols bins. So many idols. Okay, we got another level in there. So what's that, 73? 74? That doesn't seem likely. I don't look a day over 73. Another point. Oh, delicious. 74. So we got 26 more points that we can conceivably earn. We go ahead and restart our autocasts. I have not found yet a viewing echo. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to the Lair of Formosus and try and finish off another echo with another boss fight. Now I managed to defeat Lagon, who was the level 76 boss, I think. Much to my surprise. And I immediately said, while going to this set of echoes, which are 6 levels lower, I'm sure the boss here will kill me where Lagon didn't. I'm sticking with that. This boss is going to kill me. That's my prediction. He's the Frost Lich Formosus. The chill of death surrounds me. The smell of it surrounds me. My blood begins to freeze. Not really. My body will make an exceptional servant. Well, he's got taste in servants, at least. He's Frost Lich Formosus. I take it back. Ooh, my first key to the Temporal Sanctum. Nothing else of significance there. We free this dude. You've saved us, Traveler. The undead Imperials will return and in greater numbers. You've given our people a chance to survive. And here is the overall blessing. Increased two-handed staff drop. That would be good, except my staff I currently have is so damned good. Hard to see me getting one better. Increased one-handed sword drop. Bow drop rates. Well, the staff right, I'm looking at most likely going with a warlock next. The staff drop rates will give me something to look for out of there. The alternative is the bow, but the staff is at 44%. I might get a better one than I currently have. Theoretically, we'll confirm that. Back to home base. So, my inventory, my appearance. Note I have pets and a backpack, and that I'm not using any of the rest of the cosmetics. And these are the blessings I've earned so far. I have finished out 5 of the Monolith Echoes. And for each Echo, I've discovered 3 of the blessings, and I got to choose one. So, for instance, the one I just got was the staves there. So, interesting, it didn't show the other discovered blessings. Don't know why. But these are the same one, the other ones that can occur from defeating that boss at higher tiers or this tier. I assume some of them are only available to lower tiers and some of them only available to higher tiers. But you can also see I've got, that's idle drop rate, helmet drop rate, increased leech rate. That's really good for me as I do a lot of leeching. Increased health regen and base health regen. That's always going to be nice for everyone too. I think these are active for other characters, but maybe not. No, maybe not. Probably not, because this looks like just the character sheet, character inventory. But let's see. We defeated the 76, so we have an 80 and an 85. We just defeated this one at 70. We'll head in this direction for the next batch. All right, we start here. Where anything immediately jump out at me. I think we're going to head, that'll give us some XP. Yeah, we'll head that way. No, we'll head this way. We'll grab some gold and then head out here. And again, I would like to get one of the ones that scouts out an area, because I think that gives me something I need to kill for my prophecy here, which I need to kill 6 void horrors in a monolith, and I'll get 4 exalted weapons as a reward. I'm trying to get the hang of the prophecy system. You can purchase prophecies and lenses, and as you purchase them by expending favor that you earn, that advances your Circle of Fortune rep, and currently at rank 4. Affixes are 50% more likely to be exalted. And that's why I'm getting so many exalted items. And I'm getting a lot. And you can see, as you get up, they go through, there's 10 tiers, and they get better and better. Here, 35% chance to double rewards on monoliths. Uniques are twice as likely to have legendary potential. That's a huge one. T7 affixes, which I've never seen in the game, are twice as common. Rare to exalted chance. Items that would drop as rare have a 25% chance of becoming exalted. When a set item drops, the full set drops instead, And lastly, items from prophecies are duplicated. So, I'm going to start up my autocasts. And we're head in, make a little gold, and start working our way through the echoes. So, I'm going to be streaming for a while longer. I have given some thought as to what I want to be doing going forward. I am playing a lot of Last Epoch right now. But I'm playing a lot of it off stream, and so I'm thinking I might be well served to be mixing up the stuff I'm playing on stream. So on stream, I'm going to start playing more other games rather than just this, because I'm playing a lot of this off stream. Legendary Quiver. Did it drop with LP? It dropped with 1 LP. So tomorrow I'm going to be playing City Heroes. On Tuesday, I know we get the new expansion material for Guild Wars 2. I'm going to be playing that for a few days. So basically, the evenings, I'm going to be mixing it up more, and I'm going to be doing most of my LE off stream. But I also may do some of that on stream during the day. So I may be doing more double streams. Right now is a rich time for games. A lot of good games are, or at least interesting games are dropping. They had an announcement, I think, today for Nightingale. And I've mentioned Nightingale before because I was planning on playing it until I found out it was launching the day after. They changed their mind and then made it the day before Last Epoch. They are adding a full offline mode to the game, which I think is great. We need more games where they allow for a solo offline player component. I think it's a huge win. They had a lot of requests for it, a lot more than they expected. They thought people would just want to play co-op. Because people had asked them previously, solo, offline? They said, yeah, there's no interest in that. But apparently they've gotten enough people expressing interest that they've changed their mind, and they are saying it is something of a priority for them. So, a tip of the cap to them. I approve of that wholeheartedly. I want to hit that other shrine in case it's going to drop something. XP. Increased XP. So we'll just pop open the portal. And this is going to drop gold. I like gold. I didn't even notice we got a Last Steps of the Living. And a Renegade's Will. LP. No LP. No LP. Sadness. Current health lost per second. Missing health gained as ward per second. 316 rate freeze rate multiplier. You're chilled. Increased movement speed. 36% increased movement speed. That's fast. Now, the 12% of current health lost per second sounds bad. There are a number of items that have an affix similar to that drain your current health percentage-wise per second. But what it does is it lowers your health slowly, and it gets to a point where they stop lowering your health. And all your missing health per second is returned as ward instead. So if you have 500 health, say, and it goes down to 100%, you're getting 400 ward per second added on. It's a very strong mechanic. Renegade's Will, +3 to Vengeance. 47% more hit damage with Vengeance against bosses and rare enemies, multiplicative. 53% max. Wow, that's a lot of attack speed. 53% increased attack speed, +5 to all attributes, and 5% increased movement speed. Interesting item. Chance to ignite on bow hit, throwing damage. Those two things do not go together. It's always easy to sell an item where it's bow hit and throwing damage. Maelstrom, increased totem damage. Doesn't really go together either. Nope. Nope. Ignite on hit. Cast Fire Aura when hit. Not buying that as a useful one. Shred Armor and health gained on dodge. I could see that being used. And, yep. See that being used. Okay, so we got some purple stuff to put away. Oh, we also want to...
Take care.
Thanks. I'll try to take care. She's very thoughtful. We got Erasing Strike. +3 to Erasing Strike. That's... I'm not using Erasing Strike. Erasing Strike is a Void Knight skill that hits like a goddamn bazooka. And +3 to it. And increased Void damage. That's a lot of increased Void damage. Yeesh. Strength, Void Resistance, and increased health. That is a bomb of an item for a melee build Void Knight. That is monstrous. Tier 3 Strength. Tier 6 Drop Only Erasing Strikes. Tier 3 Void Resistance. Tier 4 Percentage Increased Health. That thing is fucking annihilatingly high. Awesome. Broken. What I would do with that one is if I had was using it and had any of the sealing runes, I would try to seal the tier 3 void resistance, and then I could put on flat health to go with it, and then it would just be stupid. Not just stupid, but head-shakingly stupid. Increased cold damage, and freeze rate multiplier. That is got to be close to the absolute percentage cap. They go as high as 525. Okay, and 11 strength. More strength stuff. Strength is good. We like strength. That I think is worth shattering. Yeah, the elemental resistance makes it worth shattering. And we got all of them back out. How nice for us. Spell damage, damage over time. Yeah. If we can get the spell damage and the damage over time out in good numbers. Wah, wah. Alright, that we can sell. And that we want to bust up too. We didn't get the rebuke out. Sad. I have a sad. Just throw that out. That is something we do not need. Idols. One big. And some smalls. And back over to here. And another Temporal Sanctum key. Two Temporal Sanctum keys. That Temporal Sanctum is the dungeon you have to finish to be able to convert a legendary potential unique item into a legendary. I have, I think, one LP2 item so far. That. So that's a not especially good amulet. But with a couple of high-tier affixes on it, be a good leveling item. I think everything else is LP1 that I have. Yeah, everything else I have is LP1. Go. Where are we off to next? I went here. We're going here next, I think. Yep. Level 80, the Underground Palace. Slay enemies to locate the Vile Gate. He's coming back from the dead. Ah, you didn't fool me. You see the circle, green circle on the ground. When you kill something, that means it's about to come back from the dead. I think it's rude. But of course, I guess if I had the opportunity, I would come back from the dead too. Those ice elementals that shoot like a machine gun, they're really bad. They will, if you're not paying attention, they'll kill you really solidly. And I am getting so many exalted items. Off stream, I will have to go through all of my exalted items and turn a bunch of them into shards or a small amount of gold. I had like 2 tabs of them on the Legacy. What's the Legacy account now? Or the Legacy League, I guess. Whatever they want to call it. Legacy characters, the Legacy stash, whatever you want to call it. Alright, we're heading back because the gate popped back here. He's got another. I love gold. I have to say that I'm required by state and federal legislation to say I like gold, as if I were gold member. Hellfire Bastion, Soulfire Bastion. Every time that I hit a gold shrine. Sorry, it's not my choice. I have no choice. Legal requirement. I promise. Would I make something like that up? Unrelenting marsh beetle queen of something. Of dying, it turned out. We've got another. Be critical hits. Make fast work of this. More gold. I like gold. See? See? No choice. Not even thinking about it. Just happens. Alright, let's open the gate. Open the door. Get on the floor. Everybody kill the dinosaur. I'm starting to get bunches of keys now, too. I mean, I'm in higher tier content. So, I guess it's not surprising. It's just the amounts I'm seeing. Well, especially if you combine it with the fact that I'm getting extra stuff from the Circle of Fortune. I am very rapidly running out of space in my multiple Exalt tabs. 270% increased physical damage. I don't know. Do you think that's any good? Increased fire damage. Increased cold damage. We got fire, cold, and poison. Let's go ahead and burn another 60,000 gold for another stash step. Let's see. What were on the boots? Physical resistance. That's enough to almost finish it out. Freeze rate multiplier. And increased void damage. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer things with void damage. Armor shred effect. I don't think I've seen that one before. Shift and mana. That's rogue armor. That could be really strong for rogue. Chance to ignite. 69%. Feel free to say nice. Played this for a bit today, but had to go back for City Heroes. I'll be playing City Heroes tomorrow night. I think, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be changing up the night play a little bit, mixing stuff up, because Tuesday is Guild Wars 2 for a while, because we've got new content patch there. I'm still enjoying City Heroes, so I don't want to stop playing it. I'll probably be playing more of this offline, and if I'm going to stream it, probably stream it during the day. The game is good, and I'm not positive how good it is right now, how well behaved the servers are right now, because I've been running Monoliths all day, and that hasn't been a problem. Monoliths have been running since launch. The endgame content has been fine because the problem has been basically moving between maps. And in this case, it doesn't go through the same interface. I need to bust this up into pieces because that's a rare affix. We got none of them. Thank you. That was less helpful than it might have been. No model damage over time. No, we'll sell those.
Yes.
And head back out into the map. Let's see, where would we like to go next? Well, in this case, I'm going to continue to sort of head in this direction because I want to get one of the vision monoliths. Because I believe that's where I can get the mobs to show up that I need to kill to fill out a prophecy. Because I'm trying to make sure I understand how prophecies work. I need to slay enemies to locate Spymaster Zarek. He is the big, unpleasant leech mob. And I don't mean it leeches health. I mean it looks like a big honking leech and it's gross. Two more exalts. We're buzzing through the exalts like nobody's damned business. I tell you, that fourth tier of the Circle of Fortune is frickin' huge. And there's another one. What is it? A 50% chance, larger chance that it drops as Exalt. It's bonkers good. There's another one. Oh, we've got another mage who needs freeing. First of all, freeing from prison, and then freeing from existence. There's the ambush. That'll be the end of the... Oh, that's right. Some ambushes ambush with extra friends, and you have to kill them all. Pick up all of these, and we'll free... You're free from prison! And... You're free from life. Ah, nice green amulet. Delicious. It's not ripe yet, though. Don't go eating it. Open the portal. Back to here. More amulets. Any of them any good? At least one of them's worth looking at. Couple more shards. Let's turn off the autocast. 56 is a ludicrously large number. Yep, 5. Nice. Sell. Sell. And everything else here is purple, except for the one green item. The green, that means I now have 2 of the 3 items for that one set. I have the ring. Well, technically I have 2 of the ring. There's another ring as well. And so this one is for lightning. This one is for cold. The third one is for fire. And they each give +1 to a specific spell, and they increase damage. And then they have a set bonus. And the third set piece is if you're wearing all 3, you get +1 to fire, lightning, and cold spells. Which could be quite good. Purple. Working on Stash Tab 3. Chance to poison if you're making a poison bow build. That would be really, really good. Holy shit, is that? This is only the second time I have ever gotten 2 Exalted Affixes, but I'm going to probably see more because we get more Exalted Affixes now. Melee void damage and critical strike chance. On this, sadly, on this this base, the base is giving cold damage. So I'm not sure that's a combo platter between the 2 of them. 2 tier 6s and a tier 5. The tier 5's for Ignite. We got Void, Fire, and Cold damage. Yeah, it's probably not a combo. 143% increased lightning damage on this one, and it's got a cold damage affix. Increased fire damage, stun avoidance on that. We've got increased mana regeneration on that. Oh, this is the first time I have seen one of these. It has an experimental affix, which is the sort of bluish one, the second one down, and an exalted affix at the bottom. Armor and reduced bonus damage taken from critical strikes. That's pretty solid. And here, Abyssal Decay duration. I don't remember what Abyssal Decay is off the top of my head. We'll recast our autocasts, and we will continue pushing out in this direction in an attempt to find a vision. Not sure what they're actually called. Vision monolith thing. Slay enemies to locate the skittering gate. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't think there is anything good that skitters. I could be wrong. I'm willing to entertain the possibility I could be wrong, but generally speaking, not a fan of skittery things. I am a fan of the chest. What is the chest going to drop? Is it going to drop another raft full of the items from the Reputation? It did. It just dropped a metric shit ton of Celestial items. These are all items that would be purchasable blindly, gambling-wise, from the Circle of Fortune vendor. I'm currently using one of the mercantile items. These are all from the other choice. You get to choose between the two. There's the Circle of Fortune and the Mercantile Guild. Mercantile Guild is for trading between players. Circle of Fortune is for giving you just all kinds of bonuses to your loot. Is mostly for solo players. Damage reflection. This is when your damage wants to consider its life choices. It does some damage reflection. All right. Pop it open. What do we got? Oh, all kinds of things want to come and say hi. That is a huge-ass lag spike. Don't know what caused that. Don't like it. Also not a fan of the things that can block your vision. I doubt I can pick up all of these, but I'm going to... They're all big. Why are they all big? They're not all big, but they're largely big. Alright, and this is a staff. Is it a... It should be able to pick that up. No, it's a double-wide staff. Let's see. Physical damage, poison damage. Those are not a combo of affixes. Back to town, so to speak. Back to the base. More shards, always welcome. I need another tab. I'm a little low on money right now, aren't I?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd take a big chunk of my current cash to open up another tab. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're in the exalts here. We'll drop off all our exalts. 78% physical damage. Pretty good. Increased chance, stun chance with melee attacks. I'm not sure how useful that is. Well, maybe a lot of, on a quick attacking weapon, that might be better than I was thinking. Shades, Fleshbound Tome of Frost. Cast speed. Cast speed good. Mana and increased mana regen. There are builds that need mana regen and scale off mana. And I'm going to put these... Now, you guys don't get comfortable here. You don't belong here. You won't be staying. All right? Be nice. You're a guest. Until I finish up the stream and can take the time necessary to see to your final dispositions in an appropriate fashion, shall we say. Because I am such a hoarder of stuff. Oh, another purple. Oh, increased minion damage. Yeah, that's ain't no way that's bad. So I'll do a few more until I run out of inventory space. I don't want to spend, half an hour doing inventory stuff on stream, as that's not good entertainment. I've done enough of that already. Next up, we head here. The Barren Slums. They're really very nice. The commute from the Barren Slums isn't anywhere as bad as you would expect. I need to destroy both bone spires. One of them's close. Those may have been the things I need to kill for the prophecy. I will check on that. If we kill a bunch more and we suddenly see 4 exalted items drop, then those are the ones. I don't think those are the ones. That's 1, not 4. I think the ones that specifically the prophecy mentions is the big ones that have a big slam. That guy, for instance, might have been one of them.
Stand down or die.
Stand down or die. All right, we need to find... It's over here. The other one. We've conquered the Echo. Prophecy. We have not killed the Void Horrors. We're now going to bump off this mage. Oh, I mean, welcome him back. Welcome on your freedom from imprisonment. Oh, wait, never mind. My bad. More runes. Golden junk. I just can't see the use of that one at all, I have to admit.
Yes?
I am in complete agreement with Nod Knocks. It pains me to admit that I'm in complete agreement with Nod Knocks on that one. Would I rather have a key or a bunch of chest plates? Not a big fan of the arenas, so we'll go with... Nope, it's an arena anyway. Yeah, it's an arena. All right. I didn't check. I was careless. I didn't check. 17 waves of enemies. Well, I get critical strikes now for a minute, which means everything's going to die even quicker than it was previously dying. And it was dying pretty fast previously. No. Shrine over there. Shrine. Stun chance. We're at 6 out of 18 waves. This is going to take a while. At this point, I'm mainly just grabbing the gold and letting the things come to me. I haven't used any ability other than movement so far. This build is really strong. It's really stupidly strong for this kind of thing. It's just dumb. Again, not my build. This is Allie's Void Knight.
Stand down.
Auto Bomber. Thank you, Allie. Level 75. Are you not entertained? Maybe not. Open the portal. Nothing matching my filter. I have a pretty strict filter up, so I'm not seeing most of the stuff. We're here. No, we're going to get a key anyway, so yeah, we'll get the key. We've got another mage that needs killing. Freeing and killing, to be fair. You are free! Be free! Fly free! Die free? Live free and die free? And he's dead. I'm on board a ship. I'm on a boat. I let go. See? I have no choice. Federally mandated. It's a weird boat in that it's spread out as if it was, I don't know, a map. Maybe it's not actually a boat. Maybe it's meant to be piers. I can see maybe it's just the world's worst collection of piers. Docks and stuff. Okay, we got another one down there. We'll be heading in that direction. Oh, we've got beer, ladies and gentlemen. We have beer. You can see it right there. Beer. You're wondering, what is beer? It's a very rare drop in the game. And I just picked it up. It's a potion that drops with a different name. That's it. Literally, that's all beer is in the game. But it's a rare drop. We've got another chest. Is it going to have more of the merchant or fortune? It is a Lost Wizard's cast. So it's just items then. Okay. I'm actually relieved. That's a Void Force Fused Forge. I was concerned that when he blew up, he might damage me, so I need not have been concerned. It was fine. It's fine. Back to home base. And we leveled. Another point in Dread. That's another 8% increased void damage and another 1% to my movement speed. There's the arena key. Yay. Where to next? Oh, finally we have a echo information, I guess is what it's called. That's what I've been trying to get to. It's one of those. Because I think that's where the mob I need to kill for to get the prophecy to go into effect. That's where they drop. That's where they appear. It's a Guardian's cache. So it's items and idols. We've got another shrine over here. And another shrine over here. More idols. Many more idols. Handle it. And even more idols that the filter was removing, but I'm not. Slay enemies to locate the Vile Gate. Oh, Vile Gate. That seems pretty judgmental. I don't know though. Maybe they serve root beer there. I've been told that root beer is vile. I love it. Got a bad monster here. Avoid centipede. I'd avoided that centipede. And back to base. Pardon me. Alright, I've got too much stuff. Must go through it now. What is this? Great Helm of the Ox. Okay. With the tiniest bit of Tetris. Let's turn off the auto casting before it drives takes away that tiny last little shred of sanity we have. Bleed on hit and shred armor. That could be useful. A lot of people are saying it's better than Diablo. I would agree. I would say it's better than Diablo 4 is now. Now, Diablo 4, I think, is graphically better. It's more polished. But this one's just plain more fun and has more interesting and deep game systems. As of now. We'll see where they are in a year or 2 years. That could certainly change. But for right now, I would agree it's better than D4. But then D4's had a lot of issues. You may have noticed aspect of the links, time rot and health. Time rot and health. Kills on void, increase void damage over time. Did those two always come together? I might like one of those that didn't have the damage over time. Smite when you hit with throwing attacks. I can't see myself going with a Hammerden. No. Aspect of the shark duration. Aspect of the shark. Well, that just sounds fun. Let's see.
Take care.
She wants me to take care. I think she digs me. She doesn't want to say anything, but she's kind of crushing on me, you know. Let's throw all the purples in here. For now. I need to go through all my purples. That goes in with the idols, the big ones. Played D3 a little bit, never bought 4. It looks interesting. If you enjoy a Diablo-type game, this costs half of what D4 does. And the tabs, D4 has 5 of them. These are bought with in-game gold that you earn by playing. I currently have, let's see, 3, 6, 7, 10, 12 already. It's got a lot more depth, a lot more differing builds. I would say even the end game, which is probably its weakest point, even its end game is better than D4's, sadly. A lot of people crap on D4, and a lot of it is deserved. A lot of people say D4 is bad. I don't think D4 is bad. I just think it's not good yet. So D4 can still be a very, very successful game, and monetarily, it already is a very successful game. But if I was given my choice of which one I was going to play for an hour or a day or a month or a year, it's this one easily. It's not even close. So I will not say D4 bad. I'll just say, as of right now, this definitely better. Monaghan and Poster. I'm just not convinced that that's good. It's just a lot of times these big companies put out a product that's just good enough. They haven't or don't wow people anymore, what you expect a AAA game to be. Exactly. I mean, for things like game systems and game depth, this thing just absolutely crushes it. And the real problem, I think, with Diablo 4 is that right now, almost all of their devs are looking at the success of this game, and they don't understand why. Why are people shitting on us? This thing, they're having terrible server problems. Yeah, but the game itself has got more depth and is more solid. It doesn't look as good. It doesn't play quite as smoothly. But the quality of the game itself is there. Now, I would say that if you're going to compare it to D3, I would say this is better than D3, but not by much. And that it would be very likely a person could easily like D3 much better than this. D3's got a lot of polish. A lot of people enjoy the set focus. The 6-piece set focus of D3. It's something I found tedious over time.
Yes.
But I think if someone believes that or feels that way, that's a completely defensible point of view. Devs definitely get a lot of backlash when a lot of times probably isn't their fault, but the publisher, I do feel for them. I agree completely. A lot of times the publisher is pushing things or making calls that are very, very narrowly focused. As a good example I saw today from a different industry, the guys who were doing Game of Thrones, now we'll ignore what they did, but they wanted to do the last 2 seasons, I think, as 3 movies, and the execs could have been talked into it, but they wanted it shot horizontally so people could watch it on phones. That's the perfect example of a kind of a decision a publisher would make. And we've seen recent examples of it where the publishers, yeah, it's pretty impressive, isn't it? Where the publishers have made a company that has made one type of game, made them make another type of game. The guys who did the Arkham games, right? They made them do a live service game. Remind me, how exactly is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League doing? My understanding is when my friend checked earlier today, it had 150 users on Steam. 150. With a 24-hour cap of, I think, 800 or 850. Again, that's a publisher decision. Don't blame the devs. That's not their expertise. Their expertise isn't in a live service game. Parts of that game look like a lot of fun to me. As a whole, the game was obviously not going to succeed. At least obvious to me, not obvious to the execs. The people making the decisions aren't always making the right decisions. Another example, similar example, there was, it was Warner Brothers. They had Turbine, who made Lord of the Rings Online, so they know Lord of the Rings backwards and forwards. And they had the company that made, I think, the Arkham games, and they know DC backwards and forwards. So what did they do? They gave Turbine the task of making the DC MOBA game, and they gave the experts on DC, they gave them the Lord of the Rings games. Now, sometimes they'll make a weird decision that turns out to be 100% right. Sometimes. But I agree with you. Don't blame the devs for a lot of the high-end decision-making, because it's most of the time that ain't their call. One void damage shard. Seriously? Why do you treat me like this, game? Game? Why do you treat me like this? Elemental damage over time. I would like some of those, please. You can give me 4 of them. You gave me none. I would like all 5 tiers of shield throw. I got 1. The game's just throwing things in my face.
Yes.
Of course I deserve it. What? Oh, 41% poison resistance. I thought it was one of the small idols, and I was very, very confused for a second. Not that that's especially news either. Okay, and these get put away in the idols. Throw me the whip. Throw me the idol. It's no time. Throw me the whip. Adios, senor. Small idols. Or smidles. Alright. We're going to head back out. Let me start up my autocasts again. And we're going to head here, and we're going to see if the mobs, I think, spawn there. And if so, we should get enough of them to finish out the prophecy. And we should get 4 exalted item drops. That'll be a pretty obvious tell that I understood everything correctly. We should get 4 of those at once. 4 purple drops like that at once, if I'm correct. I'm saying maybe a 1 in 3 that I'm correct.
Stand down or die.
Especially with companies like EA and Activision. Yeah, they don't have game people largely in charge. Or at least not game people who have been involved in game production anytime recently. It's the other way. Now these devs, for example, can be commended. This game got started as a Reddit post. Literally. Guy saying, I would like to create investigate the possibility of making a game. And this is the game. Got started with a few people on Reddit getting together and eventually growing over time, getting a Kickstarter, and they have made a good addition to the genre. Now, PoE 2 is going to go have its first beta later in the year, and that should spice things up. PoE is obviously the heavyweight in the genre now. But right now, I mean, there are a number of good games, good ARPGs around available. And I put this in the group of good ones. Along with Grim Dawn, PoE obviously. Torchlight Infinite is a perfectly competent ARPG. It's not as deep as this. I don't think it has the legs that this one has, but it's perfectly fine. And I see myself playing it quite frequently on new seasons going forward. I really enjoy the Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr ARPG. If you are an ARPG player and also a fan of Warhammer 40k, it's a really good combo if you happen to be both of those things. If you're one of those things, it's worth looking at. And I can understand people who still want to play D3 or D2. Alright, we're going to start this up in a sec. And what we're looking for is they'll be spawning mobs every once in a while. These really big void monsters that have a fist attack. And those are the ones I think I need to kill 6 of. So let's see. This is one of them. So that would be 1 dead. That would be 2 dead. That would be 3. That would be 4. I think that was 5. Alright. It appears that I was not correct, that those were the ones I needed to kill. I will have to do some investigation later. But at least now I know. They're void horrors. Those are the ones I needed. Huh. Maybe there's something I have to do to cash it in? Thought it was void horrors. Deaths of void horrors. 6 of them. In a monolith. I obviously don't understand. I mean, maybe I have to go back and, like, cash it in. Maybe. 111 health. For the record, that's a lot. It's tier 6 and 96 to 115. That's probably the most health I've ever seen on an object. Necrotic resistance is fine. I don't like the potion health to convert it to ward.
Yes.
I guess maybe for those builds that are ward. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Increased area for melee area skills. Melee critical strike, melee void. Melee.
Take that.
Alright. You guys go here. We are getting close. It is, okay. I'm going to run the 2 storylines. I'm going to try to get us to the boss, and then I'll be calling it an evening. In this timeline, the Immortal Empire is in its final days as the Void overwhelms it. Help Yulia break soul vessels of the hopeless undead so the Void doesn't take them first. Well, you've been here for a while. I've been at it for a while. I've been at it 2 hours and 40 minutes. That's a long stream for me. And there's going to be another 15 or 20 minutes, I think, because I may have to do a couple more echoes as well to get enough stability to do the boss. And the boss may kill me for half an hour. So far, I only died once to one of the bosses. And this was a dead end. I'm an ARPGer. We hate dead ends. Raye killed me. He one-shotted me on his very first attack. But that was the only time that attack killed me. It hit me a bunch and hit hard. So I assume that on that very first time he crit me and one-shotted me. Soul repository. 1. Active modifier, let's see. Destroy the soul repository scattered. There's 3 of them around somewhere. Yes. Well, if you want a one more game, or one more turn game, the best/worst of those I've ever experienced was Civilization. When Civilization first came out, holy crap. That was play until sunrise material. Civ 5 was terrible. Civ 3 was great. Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri was great too. That was sort of a space version of Civilization. What the hell is that guy? Why was he so hard? The current version, 6, Civ 6, is very good. If you've never played a Civ game, they are enormous time sinks. Five was terrible because they built so much of it off XML, and XML was terribly slow, and the game just ran glacially slow. Never played Civ? Watched someone play Anno. I'm not sure how similar they are. I mean, I've played one of the Anno games. That's more of a city builder, whereas Civ is more of a 4X game. The Anno games are good too, though. The one I played. 1800, I think. We're almost there. We'll see if there's another thing that needs doing after we bust up this last soul repository. Yes, there is. We need to find Yulia in the east side of the city. West side, east side, all around the town. Oh, Yulia, oh, have you seen Yulia? Hi, Yulia. What's next? There's one soul left. What are you talking about? Traveler, I'm tired. I felt the corruption building inside since the void arrived. I've done all I can do. You can't. When it consumes me, end my existence as quickly as you can. Sure. Goodbye, my friend. Yulia's husk. Ooh, she hits pretty hard. Does our Yulia? I think she would have liked to have hit harder. All right. Oh. Don't want to miss out on 314 gold. It's as good as cash. Path of Despair. And it looks like I'm probably going to have to do 2 or 3 more maps. Probably to get enough stability to open up the boss fight. And then we'll finish off the evening with a boss fight. And now, having boasted how the only one of the bosses has beaten me so far, including Lagon. Lagon, who killed a lot of the hardcore players. I'm not sure what version. I know it was Monoliths. I don't know if it was first Monoliths or higher tier Monoliths. But I'm going to pretend they died to the one that I beat so that I can try and feel superior about myself. I need all the help I can get. I don't know which the last one is. Here. The Emperor, maybe? Search for the rest of the caravan. I found the rest of the caravan. Presumably there's something I need to do here. Oh. That wasn't all of it? Oh, do I have to click on something? Is there something I'm supposed to click here? It's still blinking. Search for the... Oh, that's what... Lost connection to the server. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Did they have to bring the servers down for another... Nope. Did they have to bring the servers down? Nope.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Yes, I know I can't do that.
I cannot do that.
Oh, I know I can't do that. Thank you. You know what I can't do? That. I think we're here.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
There we go. That's the voiceover you get when your autocast can't be cast. Well, look. Path of Despair. This time, definitely. Ooh. Stand up and stretch a little. All right. We're back here again. Hey, this place looks familiar. I have a weird feeling of deja vu, like I'd just been here. Alright. You need to stop throwing things at people. It's rude. Again, spitting stuff at people, that's just gross. The Imperial Caravan Master.
Stand down or die.
Stand down or die. Echo conquered. Back. Alright, so we're here. We have 249 stability. We need 320. Just push it out to there, and we'll be good to go. Anything else of particular note? We've got another set item available here. We will head in that direction. Anything else? No, wands. We need to just do enough to get enough stability. Theoretically, we can get stability almost there if we kill everything, but we won't. It's faster to get your stability by completing than clearing. Monoliths. We need to slay enemies to lure out the ambush. Basically kill things until the bad guy comes to hurt you. And then make him suffer. The torments of the damned. If not that, the torments of the darned at least. Come on, bad guy. Come get some. You know you want to. Really? Fiend, is that him? Not sure. Was that him? It was. Ambush will usually be a dude and a couple of lesser dudes. It's a Lost Guardians cache. A couple more items. Items. And probably one more map will do it. This one will give us another arena key. What to do? Destroy both bone spires. Pathic shards. Always welcome. God damn it. Running out of inventory space again. Those things had a fair number of hit points. They took a while to die. How rude of them. Definitely got some chunky monsters in here. I like gold! And I'm getting so many purple items. It's foolish. It's just plain dumb. Oh, I want that. Okay, I want that. Jeez. Want that. Yay. I can get rid of that. Yep, get rid of that. Get rid of that. That's one of the bone spires, and it's dead. No, and no. Put those away. One more item, or one more thing to kill. One of my least favorite mobs in the game. They're just annoying. Oh my god. Yay, I got them both. I'm running out of inventory space. I'm running out of storage space. Stash space. I'm getting so many purple items. Would you jerks just freaking die? I can do without that one. Really, this has been one of the most hit point spongy of echoes I have ever seen. Holy crap. Really, this is like just a batch of really hit point spongy mobs. I don't need those. Almost there. Alright, now you're just pissing me off. Alright, back to home base. Arena key. Some stuff. It's going to take me a sec, even if I'm ready, because I've got, I think all of my skills just leveled up to 20, I think, which is the default cap. We can get to the boss, but since we've got an inventory full of stuff, I suppose I've got space here. I'll move these over here, and these over here, and these over here, and I'll just dump tab it. Because I'm out of space. Me. That's certainly true that there's always an inventory full of stuff slowing me down. Because I'm one of those guys who never gets rid of anything. I'm going to turn off my auto casting. And you give me a second here. I need to check the builds. Look at those. All will be at 20, except this one will be at 21. It's glorious. All right, 21 points in Smite. I don't think the build guide actually has anything for that. But we'll check. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Smite. Smitey, smite, smite. Yeah, smite does. We're going here. Conviction. I've never even been tried and I've never even been charged and tried, let alone had a conviction. Anomaly, 19 to 20. That doesn't make sense. I missed a point somewhere. Hold on. Give me a second. 1 1. 1 1 3 2 4. 1 1 1 1 3 2 4. Probably missed there. That's probably the one I want. Yeah, it is. There we go. Okay, next up, my primary damage dealer, Devouring Orb. 19 of 20 to 20 of 20. So delicious. 19 to 20. Extinction. Well, worse. 19 to 20 on Healing Hands. Four. And 19 of 20 in Sigils of Hope. Bingo. Now we're ready to go. We're going to fight a boss. And here's bravado time. I'm going to kick his ass. This may make a good clip. Dreadnought's Wreckage. This timeline, Voidfield Hearten. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm thinking it had to be Hearten, because after all, Hearten here's a who. All right. Oh, this is not a good start. This is about as bad a start as we can imagine. I didn't turn on my autocasts. I told you it'd probably make it. Oh, am I gonna have? He got multiple hymns. He's got big, enormous, freaking heads squirting crap at me. I don't know if I'm supposed to be hitting those or not. Let's. You're telling me, dude, I'm a Void Knight. I know all about the Void. You barely even know the Void. You think she's dating you? Oops, that was bad. You may think you're dating the Void man, but she's cheating on you with me. Well, Void took me long ago, punk. I did kick his ass. What do you know? Increased shard drop rate, ailment shard drop rate, or relic shard drop rate. Huh. Rings. Ailments. No, let's go with, yeah, let's go with ailments. Good evening. And the Bulwark of the Last Abyss. That looked like it had a whole bunch of mouths attached to it. There's no way that's good. Oh, I could have killed the other mobs, perhaps by moving around here, maybe? Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, I have successfully completed out yet another Echo. I'll do one of... No, I'm going to do the last one here. So this is, let's see, shield, unique, iron glass shield. Block chance, increased armor every 3 seconds. If you're on high health, you lose 25% of your current health and gain Apocalypse buff for 3 seconds. Who doesn't want an Apocalypse buff? 70% increased void damage during Apocalypse. 70% melee critical strike multiplier during Apocalypse. Well, not good for this build, but I could certainly see that. And it's a creepy looking shield. But we, in this timeline... Oh, they won't let me go back into this timeline without resetting it? Oh, no, I need to go here, dumbass. I wanted to go to this one because it's going to give me a green item. So I'm going to grab that. Better than D4? In my opinion, definitely yes. And I think if you were to check on the D4 streamers who make their money on D4, so Rax or Darth Microtransaction, Ding76, I think you'd hear the same thing from them. That after the last season from D4 was such a catastrophic disappointment. Use my portal to move onwards. Oh, we finished? That was fast. Anything else we want out of that? Nope. Alright, well then we should have a reward waiting for us of another set item. Don't be a duplicate. Don't be a duplicate. Not a duplicate, but a relatively common green drop. I don't think I have any of the other Pebbles pieces. Oh, there's one I already do have. It is a duplicate. I was wrong. Please feel free to insert your mwah mwah here. It did not drop with LP. Stop casting. There we go. But let's see. We got our level. That's another point into Dread. (13 out of 15). So I'm glad you came by, but I'm calling it here. Sorry, Chuckles. Yeah, I've been at it for 3 hours, so I'm gonna call it for the evening here. So my plan going forward. Yeah, I'm sorry though. My plan going forward is the following. I'm not going to be playing just Last Epoch. I'm going to keep playing though. Make no mistake. Pretty soon I'm getting the yen for another build because you know me. Why reach the end of one game when you can restart with a lower level character? But I'll continue playing it during the day, and I may stream during the day Last Epoch. Evenings, I may play some Last Epoch, but I'm going to be playing other stuff. Tomorrow night and probably Sunday night, I'll be playing City Heroes. Tomorrow night for sure. Tuesday, for a while, I'm going to be playing Guild Wars 2 because new expansion content is coming out. The second expansion drop for Secrets of the Obscure comes out. There are just a lot of games right now that I want to play. This one's going to be getting most of my time, but probably not most of my streaming time. So, possible streams during the day, occasional evening streams. Evening streams will be back with the stuff I've been playing more of late. I forgot to open this chest. Hold on. I'm wealthy beyond compare. Thank you. I'm going to try to have a good night. I've been having a pretty good one so far, and much of that is because of you guys. I want to thank you for hanging out. I really, really genuinely appreciate it. As I said, should be back tomorrow, my usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Middle of the night in Europe for more City of Heroes, and possibly a daytime stream of Last Epoch. I will put it on my Discord. And I think that's going to sum everything up. So, I hope you had some fun this evening. I definitely did. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. I hope the rest of your Friday night goes great. And I require your weekend to kick ass. I will accept no excuses. I'll be back next time. Have a great night tonight. Take care and ciao for now. Good night, guys. Thanks.